Andrew.
Oh, hey, Zach.
So,
I'm back from hell.
Back
It's
from
Halloween. The curse has been lifted. All 31 films have been watched. 31 days. 31 long days.
Yeah, so let's recap on that.
All right.
At the beginning of the month, I was actually starting to wonder how could you actually watch a horror movie every night without developing some sort of mental illness from that. Like, how did you feel watching a horror movie every single night?
It was actually really nice, to be honest, because, 2020, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a schedule. It's nice to come home at the end of the day and have something to look forward to. Like, having a schedule.
Just something to do,
Yeah.
something to
A
commit
routine.
to. A routine.
Yeah.
I noticed around the 20th of the month, you started getting a little sick and tired of it.
Maybe just a little. But, every day, it starts to weigh on you after a while. But overall, I'm glad I did it. I got a lot of movies out of the way that I've been meaning to watch for a really long time. And, here we are.
It's a big accomplishment. You probably watched almost 60 hours of movies this
Maybe.
month.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the movies themselves.
Okay. Should we start with the one I watched tonight?
Do you want to?
Sure. Because I already kind of talked about the other ones, but...
The original Dawn of the Dead.
George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, sequel to Night of the Living Dead, which is also a great movie if you haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
I have seen
You
it,
have seen
actually.
Okay. Have you seen Day of the Dead?
I've not seen Day of the Dead.
That's like the Romero trilogy. Night, Dawn, Day. And now I've seen all three. I saw the remake. I think Zack Snyder made the
Zack
remake
Snyder.
of where they're all in the mall. That's what this is. They're all in the mall. So
Yeah.
and it's zombies.
Is that the only remake? Because I know there's a newer one.
I'm sure there's another one. I really don't know. But yeah, I finally got to see the original and I loved it. It was great.
You've never seen the original before?
No?
I noticed, I walked in as the movie was ending,
Yes.
and it seemed like the music and the tone of it was a lot more upbeat. I commented, I said that it's like A-Team music. 'cause
Yeah, it got a little goofy at the end there, but I mean, it goes with the territory. They're in a mall, so they're playing goofy, calming music over the PA system during the whole situation.
While there's something horrifying happening.
Yes, that juxtaposition. I guess that's a thing. So
And you enjoyed it? It was nice?
I enjoyed it. I did.
That was one of the older movies on the list, and I feel like of all the movies I've watched with you, I've managed to see all the oldest ones. And even The Lighthouse, which came out last year, was filmed like an old-style
That's
movie.
true. That's true.
So let's talk about the first one.
Okay.
The Black Coat's Daughter.
Okay.
How'd you feel about that?
I really like The Black Coat's Daughter. This was a strong start to the 31-day marathon. I really liked it, and this only came out like a few years ago. I think 2015, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might get like a physical copy of it because I just enjoyed it so much. It's Catholic school. It's only like a couple of people are trapped inside the school during a really stormy weather. But
Is it like a whodunit mystery kind of thing? or-
No, there's some. It's kind of left up to your interpretation. There might be some demonic possession happening. There might not be, but I think I mentioned this in the first little vlog I did. Essentially, the movie is asking how far are you willing to go to not be completely alone? Essentially,
Okay.
what are you willing to do to not be completely alone? But yeah, I loved it. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. So that's my review.
Good.
Yeah.
And on October 2nd,
Oh God, October 2nd.
pulling the list back up. Oh great, my internet is out all of a sudden.
I'll cut this out. Maybe.
The Invisible Man.
Invisible Man.
October 2nd.
The 2020 remake. I think it was this year. Yeah, it was good.
So I have actually seen the 2020 Invisible Man.
Okay.
Is that actually what the original is like too?
I have never seen the original Universal movie, unfortunately. I need to. Maybe next year. That'll be one of the movies I do, if I do this again. But no, it's pretty different because
the newer one is like an allegory for toxic, abusive relationships.
sure, and there's like science fiction shenanigans involved, which I guess the original has a little bit of that too. But it's like a suit that makes him invisible.
Yeah.
In the original,
It's
he
a
is literally
potion.
it's like
Yeah, and he has the wraps around
Right.
his face. And
Exactly.
Did they make any callbacks to that?
I think there's a scene in the hospital. There's a guy in like bandages. It's like a subtle
okay.
little wink, nod to that.
And it's a part of the Universal horror.
The classic Universal monsters.
Do you think they're gonna turn this into like a 3-part, 2-part series, or is it just a one-off movie?
Probably just a one-off.
Because spoiler alerts, it ends with the girl getting the suit, right?
It does. Did you like how it ended?
I thought it was good. I was okay with that. She got the suit and forced the dude to kill himself.
Honestly, I was expecting something a little bit more clever.
Really?
She just kills him, and that's the end of the movie. I mean,
Fair enough.
I don't know. I enjoyed the rest of it. I kind of saw the twist coming. We're in spoilers, I guess. With the, it's the brother that's actually been. Well, there are 2 suits, and they're both using the suits. So that's the twist. But I guess I was just expecting something a little bit more clever. But no, she just kills him, makes it look like a suicide.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. So
That's good.
yeah, let's move on.
To movie number 3. You watched The Fog, October 3rd.
That's right, John Carpenter.
Okay.
It's the original. I think there was 1 or 2 remakes. It was good. It wasn't like crazy good or anything, but it was spooky.
Is it similar to The Mist at all?
Sort of.
Stephen
I mean,
King.
yeah. There's a foggy mist rolling through this town. Essentially, like a century ago, the people who lived in this town, this ship wrecked on this island, and the inhabitants of the island killed everyone on the ship and took their gold. So it's like the ghosts of those dead sailors coming back to wreak their revenge on the ancestors of the descendants, of the people who killed them. So, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
And you liked it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Good. That's good.
It's really good.
Were there any? I guess you can say when we get to it, but I'm wanting to know if there were any movies you expected to be good but you actually hated. But we'll get to that
Okay.
when the movies come up.
Okay.
October 4th, Poltergeist.
I enjoyed Poltergeist.
So these are all movies you haven't seen before, right?
That was the criteria. They had to be a movie I hadn't seen before.
And you've never seen Poltergeist?
Never.
Really?
Yeah. I had been meaning to for so long. I think that's the first real movie that had like a normal, upper middle class suburban haunting, basically. Like this can happen anywhere, basically, was the message of the story.
Even when you feel safe in your gated, neighborhoods.
You're not safe, yeah. I really enjoyed it. It went from like 0 to 60 in like, snap of the finger.
Very
But yeah,
quick,
it was just over the top craziness, and I enjoyed that. So
That was great. When did that movie come out?
Late 80s? Maybe? I honestly can't remember.
Well, even though
There have been a couple sequels. I haven't seen them. So.
if anyone hasn't seen Poltergeist, like this is such a cultural, thing that
They're
everyone.
here.
Yeah, they're here, and the hand coming out of the TV,
Yep.
and built on an Indian burial ground. The whole trope.
You moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bodies. You son of a bitch. Yeah, that's great.
And October 5th, Relic.
Relic was awesome.
Really?
Yes, this was the Australian film, horror movie. Really abstract, 3 generations of women, a daughter, a mother, and a grandmother. Mm-hmm. And the grandmother goes missing, so the mother and daughter are looking for her.
Oh, yeah.
And she shows up, and then weird stuff starts to happen. Mm-hmm. And it's I really enjoyed it. Probably one of the most genuinely creepy movies.
Really?
It had me on the edge of my seat multiple times.
Really?
Yes.
Were there any jump scares at all?
No, not really.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's why it actually affected me, because it was the atmosphere was great and just really unnerving at times. So really good.
And I've heard this movie is also a metaphor for inherited disease,
Mental illness. Kinda, yeah, totally.
Because the old lady, at the end, like all of her skin falls off. And
Yes.
instead of leaving her, they just take care of her.
They
hug
stay.
her,
Yeah.
hug her moist, skinless body real close.
Her
to
little
that
husk.
bed.
Yeah. It's great.
That's sad, and that's actually.
It is
powerful.
it is a little depressing, but it is powerful. So it's engaging and it's awesome. So
That's good.
definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
October 6th, The Changeling.
Changeling with George C. Scott from 70s, late 70s, I think. I checked this out because I finally got to watch The Exorcist 3 last year,
Okay.
which is, I think, generally people refer to it as Legion because that's the name of the novel that it's
Yeah.
based on.
Mhm.
And Exorcist 3 is awesome. If you haven't seen it, check it out. They called it that to get butts in the theaters, essentially. You know, so
Yeah.
come see Exorcist 3. It is a good movie. It's a really good movie.
I actually need to watch that one.
Yeah, it's really good. What is this? The Changeling.
Yeah. Which I watched parts of it with you.
Yeah, I guess you did. George C. Scott is a musician. He moves into this giant Victorian mansion. And I think I mentioned this to you when we were watching it. Even if the place wasn't haunted, I would not live
No, not at all.
in a multi-story mansion all by myself.
When we first moved in here and we're bringing stuff over, I couldn't even be alone in the empty apartment for like 2 hours
Yeah.
at tops because it's just like there's so much empty space where murderers could be hiding,
Absolutely.
waiting for you.
Yes.
But what was the actual horror in The Changeling?
It's haunted. Uh-oh.
Another haunted
Yeah.
house scenario.
There's some twists and turns. I had a great time. It was great. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. So, I don't want to give away the twist. So. But I mean, it's in the title, The Changeling. So, you know, there's a little bit of that.
And October 7th.
Oh god.
As above, so below.
So below. So this was the first, like, I feel like the first haunted house ride movie I watched
Okay.
all month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's found footage. I have a guilty pleasure when it comes to found footage movies, and I just love they're 90% trash garbage.
Yeah.
But this one was okay. It was okay.
That's good.
Something I will point out: it didn't end with everyone dying,
Really?
which was a nice change.
Did anyone die?
Yeah, some people died, but like a surprising number of people actually made it out. So that was nice.
That's a nice surprising.
It was nice. It's like a Laura Croft Tomb Raider type who's going to Paris to find this something, you know, without all the murder and the shooting.
Yeah, this is another movie where they go into a big ass cave underground.
It's
right?
it's the catacombs under Paris.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like bodies, skulls, and bones everywhere.
People have gotten lost in those in real life and have died in real life. It's crazy.
It is.
It's actually, like, there's legitimate found footage. This might be what the movie's based off of,
Oh,
but
God.
there's legitimate found footage
Yeah.
of a dude who dropped his phone and he was recording walking around the catacombs.
Really?
Yeah, and they found his body like days later.
Should send me a link. I can watch that.
It's very eerie. He keeps calling out as if he hears someone following him or something, but probably just his imagination, but who knows? Who knows?
That's crazy.
Hopefully no one finds this footage. And on October 8th, you watched the original.
20 more.
This is going to be a long task.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay, good. Continue.
And October 8th, Psycho.
Yeah, I've never seen Psycho before. I've seen the shower scene. I've seen other scenes. I know the twist at the end. You know, the Bates Motel and everything. This movie fucking ruled. It was
Really?
great. Yeah. Alfred Hitchcock classic. So, and it's really interesting because that was 60, I think 1960 exactly. And if you just think about it, like no one had ever seen something like that before. Where
Yeah.
that woman and have you seen it before?
I have not.
The woman in the shower, we stick with her from the very beginning.
Really?
So we're made to think like this is the main character. So like
Uh-huh.
nothing can happen to her, and she dies
Wow.
like 30 minutes into the movie.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
So that's just put yourself in like an audience in 1960. No one had ever seen something like that before.
Well, like back in the 60s, they wouldn't even. I forget how early this was, maybe earlier than the 60s, but on TV shows, they wouldn't even show couples sleeping in the same bed together.
Right.
It was so strict with, nudity
Mhm.
and sex, and then now we have an entire scene where a girl's in a shower and then gets stabbed to death on top of that.
Yeah.
So,
And we get to watch the whole process of hiding the body, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. So
this
awesome.
is mind-blowing.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
October 9th, Cat People.
Cat People. I
Which
just thought
we
of
watched
Cats
together.
for
Oh, is
some
it?
reason.
Remake.
We should watch that for next Halloween.
That's the real horror movie.
It's the real horror movie.
The Cat People.
Cat People.
That one was fun.
Yes.
This is one of the movies we watched together, and like I said, it was one of the older movies. and
Definitely.
It was the movie with the first jump scare in it.
That might be true. I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
Which,
But-
I mean, I hate jump scares. I prefer, atmospheric horror.
yeah,
Jump
yeah.
scares are cheap, and I fucking hate them. And then I managed to watch the one movie that invented jump scares. So,
It's a really effective jump scare too. It's a great moment.
it's almost like a gag.
Yeah.
They really misdirect
The bus
you there.
just
the bus
pulls up.
comes in.
Yeah. Because it doesn't make a sound until it's
Right
in
there.
the frame. You know.
Buses scare me in real life when they hiss at me like that.
Buses are frightening. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Cat People was great.
You liked it? You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
It was very entertaining
Mm-hmm.
because it was obviously like old and dated, but I
Yes.
didn't want to just stop watching because it was boring.
I've been exposed to a lot of older movies growing up, so it doesn't really bother me watching something like this. And I didn't feel that uncomfortable watching it. Like I don't think that anything was said or done that made me go, ooh, like
Yeah.
that wouldn't fly today. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, I thought it was fun. It's pretty good.
And then October.
Repressed sexuality.
10th. Yeah.
Yada yada. Yeah. It's and magic cat people. So
Turning into cats.
yes.
Furries. That was not
The
only
original furry.
the first jump scare, but the first fursona ever put on
god.
the silver screen.
Oh no.
And then we have October 10th, Child's Play,
Child's Play.
which is the original Chucky.
Chucky movie, yes. Brad Dourif. Chucky, yes.
I've never watched this movie all the way through, but I've seen bits and pieces
Sure.
through osmosis, so I could kind of piece it together.
Yeah.
How'd you like the original Chucky movie?
I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
Really?
Yes, it gets really funny, especially towards
Really?
the end. Yeah, because they're blowing away pieces of him, but he keeps coming. You know, he's headless at one point, and the head is like yelling at the body like "Killer, killer, killer," and the head's just trying to kill this person. It was hilarious, but also good. And I've heard the sequels just go off the rails.
Really?
And apparently, the same guy who's been writing them is the same guy who's
Really?
been writing all the sequels that they're making to this day. There was a remake last year, I think, with
Was
Mark
it
Hamill doing the
2018 or
voice.
2019?
I think it was 2019, but it had nothing to do with the
The whole
the original
Chucky.
series. Yeah, it was like a complete remake. So I think Aubrey Plaza was in it.
Yes, yeah.
She's
she
the
was,
mom.
She's the cool mom.
Right.
And then they ironically buy the Chucky doll because it's ugly. And they're like, oh, this will be
And there's
fun.
no demon possession, in the original, Brad Dourif is a serial killer, and he
And
puts
then
his soul
yeah.
through voodoo magic. He puts his soul into the doll, and
Was it in the middle of a gunfight with the cops?
Yeah, he's like on the run and he's dying. So and it's in a toy store. So he grabs a doll and he just puts a soul in it because he has a voodoo buddy that taught him how to do it. So, yeah. But I'll need to check out the sequels. And apparently, this Mark Hamill remake, I was just gonna say it's something lame like artificial intelligence. They had to futurize it, so
They gotta
modernize
make
it.
Yeah, they gotta make it topical.
Yeah, just technology.
If you could,
run amok.
if you could put your soul into any toy, what would it be?
Pass.
Pass?
Pass.
That's an easy question. Just
What
say,
is it?
Just say dildo. Easily. And then on October 11th,
Yeah.
I have to reload the list every single time. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Is it Bram or Bram? I never figured it out.
Bram.
I don't know. Bram Stoker. Francis Ford Coppola directed. Supposedly the most accurate adaptation of the novel of Dracula.
Okay.
You know? The thing I enjoyed the movie. The thing that surprised me the most was the cast. It had Winona Ryder.
Really?
Gary Oldman is Dracula.
Okay.
Like a young Gary Oldman. He's like the ultimate chameleon actor. Like you'll never. Have you seen Book of Eli?
No.
Before? He's the villain in that. I didn't know it was him until someone told me.
Really?
Yeah, he is just. He's great. Keanu Reeves is in it,
Really?
and oh no.
Sylvester Stallone.
No, that would be amazing though.
I'm the Dracula.
I'm gonna get you, Dracula. Oh God. Oh.
Think hard.
No.
Hurt your brain.
He's from Highlander? No. By the way, Sean Connery died today, age 90.
Rest in peace, Sean Connery. We were just talking about him and The Hunt for Red October the other day.
That's true. Excellent movie. I couldn't even think of that today. I was trying to think of the last movie he was in, and I didn't even think about Hunt for Red October. I was thinking about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's the last movie I saw him in. Thor's dad, Odin, in the Thor movies.
Odin was in Dracula?
Yeah.
Kind of crossing the lore.
What's his
a little
name?
bit.
Damn it. He's been in everything.
Odin.
No.
He is in everything.
Oh my
'cause,
God.
Odin's influence touches everything on the
my-
earth. So he is.
This is embarrassing.
Don't give yourself an aneurysm. But there was Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, Gary Oldman. What was this like?
This must have been like
The
the
Marvel
movie.
Endgame.
Yeah, this was the movie to see back in the 90s, whenever it was. The name will come to me eventually.
Well, how was it? Was it just supported by a bunch of big names, or
No,
was
I liked it
actually-
because it was so weird, and I really want to read the book now after watching the movie. So it's just really bizarre. But yeah, Dracula. Good
Dracula.
stuff. Good stuff.
On October 12th, The Leopard Man.
Leopard Man. This isn't, not to be confused with Cat People. This is a completely different movie.
Completely different persona.
What the hell happened in this movie?
Well, I'm
Leopard Man.
looking at the thumbnail for the video and I see a bunch of dudes.
Let me
and
see. I might need to see it.
It's a really problematic
Oh, okay, okay.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't-
It's not what you think. It's not what you think. Yeah, this is. No, we're made to think there's like a leopard man, a magical leopard man going around killing women. Turns out it's not. It's just a crazy guy. That's the
Really?
twist. Yeah, so that was refreshing. That was kind of nice to see. It was good. I enjoyed it.
How old was this movie?
Oh,
It's in black and white on the thumbnail.
Yeah, I think it might have been older than Cat People. Yeah, it might have been from the
Wowee.
30s.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, but I liked it too.
Was it a silent film?
No. It has one of the maybe one of the best scenes ever in a horror movie, maybe. One of the best death scenes, I'd say. I'll have to show it to you sometime, but just look it up. You know, like first kill in Leopard Man. It's really good. It's great.
And then
Your mind does all of the, you know,
all the
visualizing.
cogs turning.
Yeah.
On October 13th, Candyman.
Candyman turned out to be the most topical horror movie of the month because it deals with minorities and their living conditions and how horrible it is, and urban legends and how they take on power through belief. And Tony Todd plays the Candyman, a great character actor. He's been in so many things. Apparently there's a remake. I think Jordan Peele's doing a remake
Of Candyman?
or something, which totally makes sense now that I've seen it. And speaking of Jordan Peele, there's another movie on that list that I finally got to see, but we'll get to it eventually. Yeah, I liked it. It was great.
It's good.
It was good. It was really good.
All right, October 14th, and I just hate looking at this file so much.
You didn't get to see it.
Ringu. No, I was never gonna see it.
Oh.
I'm horrified of
You
frail
know-
little Japanese girls.
I actually thought about maybe trying to convince you to watch The Grudge, Ju-on. Is that how it's pronounced?
The Grudge?
Yeah, the original version.
The original Grudge?
Ju-on, I think. Is that what it's?
I'm not touching that.
It'd be great. Ringu, The Ring, as it's known in America. I've never seen the remake, the Sam Raimi remake, and now that I've seen this, I definitely don't want to see the remake because I can only assume it's going to be loud, obnoxious, and full of jump scares. We were talking about the video game Layers of Fear earlier, and I think I got my point across about how it made me feel. This movie that I saw, the original Japanese version, was awesome.
Really?
And yeah, because it was subtle, it wasn't in your face, and there was a genuine mystery, which is always nice in a horror movie.
That's good.
And I really, really liked it. And Mac was there with me, and Mac was losing his nerve in the first like 20 minutes. He's
Hyperventilating.
Andrew, I don't know if I can do this. Andrew, I don't watch horror movies. Andrew. I forced him to do it because it was my birthday and I wanted someone to watch it with me. But yeah, but he got into it as it went on, and he ended up really enjoying it too, as he expressed in the video that we made. But definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
So you've not seen the remake, because there's 2 remakes now.
Right, I think there's like 3.
So there's the
Right.
early 2000s one, which is like The Ring that everyone knows in
Yeah.
America. I actually have seen that one.
I've seen the Grudge remake. The other Sam Raimi horror.
Oh,
remake,
yeah.
The Grudge American version.
I've not seen the original Grudge. I actually was forced to watch the sequel though. And I had to hide under a blanket and like close my eyes the entire time
Yeah.
because it just freaks me out a lot.
We should watch the original. What were you? Were you gonna say something else? Or, no? No? Okay.
Well, I mean, I have seen the early 2000s remake, and it's not as like action Hollywood horror movie loud.
Okay.
There is subtlety
So
to it.
what you're saying is I'm completely fucking wrong.
Not entirely. I mean, there is moments where she's crawling out of the TV, and
Yeah.
the music is like wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Here, wait one second. I'm gonna. Oh God, where are we?
We are on October 15th,
Oh shit.
halfway through.
About halfway.
Good night, mommy.
Good Night, Mommy. Fucking ruled. It's an Austrian thriller. There is a really great twist at the end, and it made me feel stupid for not realizing what was happening. Because they pretty much spell it out for you in the beginning, but I was too
Really?
stupid to tell.
What's this movie about?
It is about 2 young boys
Okay.
and a mother.
Okay.
The mother comes home, she got like there was an accident, she's having some facial surgery done, but the boys think there's something off about mom, and it just kind of goes from there. But Yeah, it's really good if you haven't seen it. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, spoilers. It's one boy. The second boy is imaginary.
Really?
Yes. And there are subtle little hints throughout that he's not actually there. And I feel like a complete moron for not having seen what was in front of my eyes.
And then the boy murders the mom because he's crazy.
Correct. Yes. She burns alive in the house at the end.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Same?
In a pretty graphic depiction of someone burning alive.
Oh,
So,
fuck.
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. October 16th. The Mask of the Red Death.
Vincent Price. It's based on the story by Edgar Allan Poe. Really groovy, really colorful. Nice sets, giant sets. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Vincent Price worships Satan, and he is a tyrant to this small village. And yeah, it was great. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Let's move on.
October 17th. Henry. Portrait of a Serial Killer.
So, this movie was really good. It was about serial killers, and it took its subject matter very seriously. It's not like a Friday the 13th where you're just kind of like laughing at all the kills, It actually takes it seriously. And it made me want to take a shower after watching it.
Really?
Yeah, because there is a home invasion scene, and it's two guys, and one guy is filming the whole thing happening. There's like an on-screen rape, basically, and the father is being beaten to death, and then the son runs in, and his neck gets broken by one of the guys, and it's all while this guy's like frantically filming it, and it's pretty sick. But it takes it seriously. It's supposed to be like an inside look of like, this is how these people think and how they operate.
Okay. So is it like documentary-esque, or is it
No.
a narrative that...
Yeah, there's a story. So, but it's good, but beware going in. You may hate yourself afterward. But yeah, it was pretty intense.
October 18th, Eraserhead.
Oh my god, this movie sucked.
David Lynch.
Let's move on. No, Eraserhead was great. I'm not a David Lynch fan. I haven't seen Twin Peaks. I think the only thing of his, I said this in the video, the only thing I've seen of his was the Dune adaptation, and I'm looking forward to Dune whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve, get to work. But yeah, just really abstract. Dealing with anxiety of becoming a father, a parent, settling down. Just really crazy, really creepy. So, but very good. Very good.
October 19th, Suspiria.
Suspiria, dancers, dance academy. Turns out it's being run by witches. Oops. This movie was great. It's great.
I've seen the scene from the newer one where the
Really?
lady's dancing, but then somewhere else the other lady who's being controlled is being like contorted, and it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
It genuinely looked very painful.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's good, so I need to check it out. Apparently, they actually incorporate the dance stuff more.
Yeah.
Like there's actually something to that. So, yeah.
Spoiler for Suspiria, the new remake.
Yes.
You want it?
Sure.
I mean, from what I've seen, is they use the dancing to cast spells
Right.
on their victims,
Right.
and it hurts very much bad a lot.
Ouch.
October 20th. No, the title on this video says October 20. And it's not consistent with the rest of the videos.
What?
18th, 19th, 20.
Oh wait. Oh, it's there. It's just cut off because the title's too long.
No, it's not, because that's the end of the
Oh yeah.
parentheses.
Oops, I fucked up. I'm sorry.
Turn the camera
I'm
off.
sorry.
We're done here.
What was it? Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, is that the next one?
October 20, Brightburn.
Oh, Brightburn. Superman is evil. Have you seen the series The Boys? It's that, except he's a boy. So, it was cute. A lot of jump scares. You know, typical American horror movie. I think what I liked the most about it, and it was super violent, so that was fun. He's like, you know,
Got laser
eyeing
eyes.
people's faces and melting them. My favorite part was at the very end where they do like a parody, like they're setting up like a universe, like, oh, there's like an Aquaman who's like sinking ships, and now we've got this boy who can fly around and, you know, laser beam people's faces, and there was like a, you know, like a Fox News anchor just like screaming his head off at the very end, you know. Yeah, it was fine. It was cute. It was fun.
It was a movie.
It was a movie. It had people in it.
October 21st, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
This movie was like 2.5 hours long, and it was awesome. And it was from the 60s, playing off the success of Psycho, so something crazy happens in it. It's pretty good. You know, Hollywood, jealousy, acting, movies, period. Next movie.
October 22nd, A Picture of Mike Pence.
Oh, The Fly?
Yeah, The Fly.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Pence is probably scarier than The Fly.
So the
I
joke.
do like The Fly.
The joke. Before I describe the movie, the joke is every thumbnail for each video I made has like a screenshot from the movie, and when I typed in The Fly into Google, the Mike Pence thing is all that came up, and I thought, well,
Fly from the debate.
I'll just put this in
It's
here.
funny.
It'll be funny.
It's funny.
Okay. I'm glad you think so. That means a lot that you think it's
Oh, I
funny.
don't think it's funny,
Oh.
but that's what you're going for.
That is what I was going for. Anyways, the Fly remake with Jeff Goldblum. I can't talk.
Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum. I need to take a.
Blogum?
I need more drink. Jeff Goldblum remake. I've seen the original. I watched the original many times when I was younger with Vincent Price. Great movie, classic. And this is the remake. And I've seen the ending multiple times before having seen the whole thing from beginning to end. So I've seen the crazy transformation, but the movie was great. Having finally seen it from beginning to end. Have you seen it before?
No, but I know the plot through osmosis.
Yeah. Transportation gone
yes,
wrong.
scientist.
Teleportation.
Fly goes into the teleporter.
Tragedy. It's really good. It's really good. Ending is really powerful. Good stuff.
October 23rd, The Seventh Victim. Not to be confused with a popular horror movie, Seven, or pronounced Se, number 7, N.
Is it a horror movie or is it more of a thriller?
It's more of a
mystery?
thriller.
Yeah. I like Seven.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. It's basically what the new Batman movie is going to be. It's like Seven, but with
Really?
Batman. Yeah, what I've been saying for years is that all they need to do to make a great Batman movie, just set up a mystery and have him solve it. That's it.
Because Batman's a detective.
Yes,
like
he is
this.
he's always been a detective. Detective Comics. So, you know, from the very beginning. So that's all they had to do, and it looks like that's finally what they're gonna do whenever it comes out.
I hope. Well, it would be cool if they have it more grounded, like the new Joker was.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it is. It's Riddler is the bad guy,
Okay.
and he's like a serial killer, leaving clues because that's what he does. He's the Riddler. So, I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. It looks good. It looks good. Robert Pattinson is great. So, we'll see.
I hope we get a very quotable line, just like Seven's "What's in the box?"
What's in the box?
Say that once a month at least.
Yeah.
So
what are we talking about?
The Seventh Victim.
The Seventh Victim is another old movie about satanic worshippers who are bad people, and then a character hangs herself at the end of the movie. Spoilers. No, this movie was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. I really don't have a whole lot to say about it.
October 21st, Underwater.
Underwater with Kristen Stewart, who is Twilight Girl, Vampires and Werewolves, plays an engineer living at the bottom of the ocean, and it is basically the movie Alien, except it's at the bottom of the ocean, and there's like a giant Cthulhu monster living at the very bottom of the ocean.
Ooh.
So, and it was good. It was fine. I like sci-fi horror. That's always fun. The ending kind of sucked, but whatever.
The Twilight actor is not the only actor from Twilight that's in a movie that we watched together, because there's also a second movie, which is coming up soon.
Okay.
October 25th, Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe is a movie about scumbag kids who break into a house to rob a blind man, and turns out blind man isn't as feeble as they thought.
Or innocent.
Yes. Oh my God. No.
What a horrifying... I've seen Don't Breathe as well.
Okay.
And the twist is that...
Spoilers.
Yeah, the blind man's daughter was killed in a car accident, so he kidnapped the person who did it to try to impregnate them to get another daughter.
Yes. And he claims it's not rape because he technically hasn't forced himself onto her. He's just he's taken turkey basters filled with his own baby batter and injected.
That was hard to watch, and the way they had the turkey baster full of splooge, it had pubic hairs on it. I almost gagged. When I saw it, I just...
It's pretty nasty.
Awful brain imagined a pubic hair in my mouth, and I just went,
Yeah.
But how'd you like that movie?
I liked it. Couple of jump scares. It's always neat. Man, I mean, how long is that movie? Like 90 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
and
not too
you
long.
spend the whole movie like in a house, you know, and you get the layout of the place basically.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of really neat moments. Overall, I enjoyed it a lot. So
It has the trope of you think the person's dead, but then they come back at the last
that
second
does
to save.
happen. Yeah.
That's a classic trope.
Yes.
October 26th, The Lighthouse.
This is a movie that you had already seen, but then you watched it with me again the night I watched it.
Because it's very good.
It is very good.
William Dafoe and...
Robert Pattinson.
From
Twilight. And that's the only movie he's done. He hasn't done any other movies besides Twilight.
I really, really like The Lighthouse a lot.
Yes.
Because it's almost about nothing. Just two dudes bored in a house. And then they drink.
Bored on an island.
And they learn to love each other and use their talents to
Homosexual
overcome.
tension.
Yeah, the part where they're like singing, and then he's about to kiss her, and then they start fighting. It's great.
It is really good.
The Lighthouse actually has like really funny moments too, where Ephraim's drunk and he's like, "I don't like your cooking," and then William Dafoe goes into a 30-minute long speech about how Poseidon's gonna kill him, and then Ephraim's like, "All right, have it your way. I like you."
If that's the way you feel about it.
How'd you feel about The Lighthouse?
I like this movie a lot. It's from the director of The Witch, I believe, or The Witch. I think I like this more than The Witch. For one thing, I could actually understand what everyone was saying, kind of. No, I like The Witch. This was great, and I love the format. I love the acting. Really, it's just fun to watch two great actors just lose their shit, basically. For an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Do you think the black and white and standard definition was gimmicky?
Well, it wasn't standard def. It was high definition, but
The aspect ratio.
yeah, the aspect
4:3.
ratio was like 4:3 basically. It's fine. It didn't bother me.
I mean, that was one of the catches, one of the pulls to see the movie when it first came out, is that it's in, not widescreen and it's in black and white.
Yeah.
But I feel like the movie actually holds up without that.
Sure. Yeah. I'd love to see like a colored version.
A colored version would be. Yeah, I think the black and white actually.
I don't even need
a lot.
I don't necessarily need to watch the whole movie again in color. Just like see some screenshots or
Yeah, see
something,
the
like to
best
see what it
scenes.
looked like. Yeah.
The black and white really contributes to the helplessness of their situation, and the dull repetition that eventually drives them crazy.
Sure.
It's just very dull and dark.
Awesome
good
movie. Awesome movie.
Loading up the list again.
Uh-oh. Are we almost done?
We are almost done.
Woo!
Because next is
My voice hurts from talking for this long.
October 27th, The House on Haunted Hill.
Okay, this movie was really good. It had Vincent Price, and there's a really great twist at the end that I thought I might see coming. I wasn't completely sure, and then it came true. Let me just say, it's not what you think.
Really?
Yeah.
How's
that? I guess. Do you want me to just
Spoil away?
spoil it? Basically, Vincent Price is this rich guy living in this mansion who invites people over that work for him, and he's offering them each $10,000 if they survive the
one
night.
night. If they survive.
This is like where that premise comes from. I think there's been a remake or two of this in the past, but this is the original from the 50s. And it turns out it's all an elaborate trick by his wife to try and murder him, essentially.
Really?
But he turns the tables on her and makes her think that, the house is haunted. And there's like a goofy, cheap-looking skeleton that like frightens her until
Right here in the thumbnail.
Right, and she falls into a vat of acid basically and dies right there. Turns out there's a reason it looks goofy. It's because it's a puppet that Vincent Price is controlling from the shadows.
Ah.
That was an awesome twist. Like they made it look bad on purpose, basically.
Okay.
So, like you'd be watching that thinking, "Oh, that looks terrible," and then it turns out there's nothing really paranormal happening. It's just him pulling the strings, basically. So, awesome movie.
It's good.
Yep.
October.
Oh, sorry. My favorite part, Vincent Price gives them all guns. That's when I knew this is the most American movie out of all the movies. When they start brandishing pistols, that was amazing. He gives them all a gun, like, here, use this to fight the ghost.
Turns into Hateful Eight all of a sudden.
Everyone has guns, even the women are like carrying guns. It was amazing. Oh, but yeah, sorry.
October 28th, It Chapter 2.
It Chapter 2. Have you seen either of these?
I saw the first one.
Okay. So I had seen the first one like a year ago, part 1, where they're kids, and finally watching this. This movie was almost 3 hours long, first of all. I wanted to point that out.
And you started watching it at like 11.
I did. When we made the video for it, I hadn't watched it yet. I was going to do that because we were carving pumpkins that night, and I was going to watch it after we were done doing that. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. basically watching this movie. I liked it a lot.
Really?
Yes. It probably could have been trimmed. Probably. Yeah, definitely.
Well, maybe they're just staying true to the book, because isn't the book like 2,000 pages long?
The book is a goddamn nightmare, apparently. But the thing, they really didn't need to make the first one,
No.
because in the book it starts with them as adults and then it flashbacks to them as children throughout the story as it goes on. This does that, where we see things that we didn't see in the first movie.
Okay.
So why did they didn't have to make that first one. They could have just made this, and it would have had the same effect. I personally feel that way, but I liked it. It had a lot of really cool, creepy visuals, a lot of cool stuff going on. Some bizarre attempts at comedy, but most of them work. But I think it had Bill Hader in it. I think
Bill Hader.
Yeah, he's funny. But yeah, it was great. It was 3 hours long. It was great.
All right, October 29th, Get Out.
Get Out, the other Jordan Peele movie that I was talking about earlier. This movie fucking ruled. Finally got to see it.
Super good.
I saw Us last year.
I have not seen that
I
one
think
yet.
that one's good. Get Out is great, especially these days.
Yeah, this time.
Yeah, definitely. I don't really want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
Well, I do want to spoil
Okay,
it.
go ahead.
But I really want to spoil it, but
Go ahead.
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It knows what it's doing.
We're gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
How did you feel about him just going like on a murder rampage? At
That was
very
the
end?
best fucking part.
That was your favorite part.
So good.
Okay.
I love when horror movies have revenge. There's the movie Hostel, where it's like 3 dudes are on a Europe trip, but they get individually kidnapped and murdered at a pay to murder kind of.
Yeah.
Well, the end of the movie is him getting out and then just slaughtering everyone that was involved in killing his friend and almost killing himself.
I've never seen Hostel.
There's, I don't know if I should spoil it for you then, but do you plan on watching it?
Maybe someday.
It's alright. I need to fucking.
It looks like another one of those. Andrew's gonna need a shower after watching that set of movies. So.
It's alright. It's torture porn like Saw.
Very Saw.
But there's a part in the end when he's going on a rampage and killing all the people, and there are these 2 girls that like tricked him and like got him drunk.
Yeah.
And they're walking along the street, and he takes a car and runs them over.
That sounds
like
amazing.
straight over.
Yeah.
And they get back up, and then he does it again.
The double tap. That sounds amazing.
Legit spit my drink out and started laughing as I saw that. Because I saw the first run over and I was like, oh, that's great. And then the second one caught me so off guard.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, but Get Out, really good.
Get Out, very good.
Definitely see it if you haven't seen it.
All the humor.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It was very good.
It was so out of place that it worked. It was so funny.
So I saw it in theaters, and the part at the very end when he's running away from the mansion, he's covered in blood, and the police car comes up. Like, they knew what they were doing. Everyone in the theater was like, oh, and then his friend pops out, and it's like, it's not going to be murdered.
I wasn't sure if it was, is this going to be like a Night of the Living Dead situation where he gets shot at the very end, but didn't turn out that way, so. His friend was in the back of my mind. I was thinking, when's his friend going to show up? He's got to show up, so.
That ending to Night of the Living Dead was...
That's a classic. Black guy is the last survivor, and then he gets shot.
And then there are no survivors. And finally, October 30th, The Others.
Nicole Kidman is a mommy with 2 kids who are super photosensitive to light. Have you seen this?
I have not.
There's a twist.
I'm sure.
The whole time, weird, creepy stuff starts happening in the mansion that they live in. Do you want me to spoil it?
Sure.
Turns out they're dead. They're the ghosts.
The kids are the ghosts.
And the mom.
And the mom.
The mom killed them both in their sleep, and then she shot herself.
Oh.
And what's been going on is they've been seeing the living people trying to communicate with them, essentially. Through like a medium. So, it's pretty cool. It's good. Some really genuine creepy moments, which is always nice. No real jump scare stuff, all subtle atmospheric stuff. So, it's cool. It was neat. I've been wanting to watch that for years, and I finally got to see it. So.
Are there any movies that you look forward to seeing? Or do you think you're going to take a break from movies?
Well, I'm definitely not going to watch one every night now, I think, for maybe a few days. But,
you can take a week off just to stare at the wall? And
maybe
just look at normal pictures that aren't moving?
I want to play some video games.
I want to play some video games.
I haven't really been able to play any games lately, but there's so many new. We got PlayStation 5 coming.
Right on the brink.
In like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, I don't know. But that's a whole situation. Demon's Souls remake and Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm looking forward to that.
And then maybe, eventually, Cyberpunk 2077.
Are they going to delay it again? Are they going to delay it next year?
There's no way they're going to.
Do you want to make this interesting?
You want bet?
Oh, it's on camera. Do you want to go?
They've fucked me in the past before, so I'm not sure.
It's okay if you don't want to. I'll just lose all respect for you. That's all.
Smug ass.
We were having a conversation.
Oh, here we go.
While we were eating out, and we were talking about, I asked Zach, is there a chance that CD Projekt Red is going to delay Cyberpunk again? And he said there's no way.
It's absolutely not possible.
And what was your reasoning? Do you want to explain what your reasoning was for why they wouldn't delay it?
What was my reasoning?
Because it's always been like a month out or something?
Well, yeah, every time they've announced delays in the past, it's 3 months prior to release.
Right.
So there's no way they were going to push it back that close to the release date, and then they did.
The very next day.
I've heard that's because they're having problems trying to make it work on both current and next-gen consoles.
I saw a blurb about that, yeah.
And Google Stadia is also an issue now, too. To the 5 people that own Google Stadia.
Yeah, I was about to say, who cares?
Who gives a crap about Google Stadia?
Oh my god. Yeah. No. 2021.
No.
February.
Fuck you.
February 2021.
No, it's coming out. 2020.
Is it? Is it?
Alright, you want to go? You want
Let's
bet?
go. Let's go. How much are you thinking? So, okay, you're saying this year.
It will
I'm
come
saying
out.
next year, not this year.
I'll even go as far as to say there will be no more delays, period. It's coming out when they just announced it.
And that's what, December, like
December
20 or something?
something.
Just in time for Christmas. Or will it be?
Who knows?
Okay, and I'm saying 2021.
You're saying 2021?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool if you want to be wrong, but let's bet, I don't know, just like lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah. How much could lunch possibly cost? $10?
$20. Gentlemen do not discuss prices, but
The lunch is-
$50.
Yeah, the lunch is at Dragonfly, by the way, so $70.
Yeah. All right.
Are we gonna shake on it?
So wait, what was the price?
I don't want to bet anymore.
If you want to say a meal, that works.
A meal.
A meal or $20.
$20.
I feel like $20 is fine.
What are you eating? It's solid gold?
No. I'm saying not as a meal, just $20.
20?
$20.
I ain't got $20.
$20.
There's no way I could fork over $20.
I'm gonna cut all of this because this is horrible.
Yeah, we just turned this into a video game
We
discussion.
did.
So, video games of 2020. Let's go down the list. Number 1. Among Us.
Oh. No, that's out already, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been out for like 3 years.
Oh, we're talking about 2020. I thought we were talking about 2021. Okay. Alright.
Andrew's favorite game was Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. I love Fall Guys.
Which I spent way too much time playing.
Spoiler, I don't love Fall Guys. I got my money back.
Fall Guys came
Did that
out.
cost $20?
Yeah.
I think it did. I got my $20 back. We could bet that $20.
If I lose and I have to pay you, I'll just give you Fall Guys. I'll gift you Fall Guys.
We'll figure this out off camera. That's it. I have to go poop. Let's end this. Good night, sweet prince.
Good night.
This has been fun. I really enjoyed doing this, even though it got really tiresome at like 3 days in. No, I'm just kidding. But thanks for chatting with me, Zach.
No problem.
This was fun.
Thanks for sharing movies with me. And letting me watch movies in the same room that you were watching movies in.
You're welcome. I'm glad you could watch the same movies I was watching with me in the same room I was in.
That's good.
Bye.
Bye.